you are thinking about getting a PlayStation 5, you should absolutely do it. And if you are wondering why, you'll find out very soon. Here are the best free-to-play PS5 games of 2023. Starting with game number 10, Haukt, a third-person online extraction shooter where players follow the adventure of treasure hunters. They set on a mission to find ancient ruins, but they have to battle ancient monsters and other players to get them. The game is coming for PC early this year and later for PlayStation 5. Coming up next, number 9, is The Finals, a free-to-play FPS multiplayer PvP shooter. And what sets this game apart is the destructible environment, in which we can destroy items, large buildings, and even entire levels. In The Finals, you play as a contestant in a game show competing with other players for fame and money, in which one team have to secure cash that respawn in a map and extract it before other teams. The game is very ambitious and it's coming for PC and PlayStation 5 in 2023. Coming up next, number 8, is Arc Raiders, a survival open-world action game in which we team up with friends to fight different alien machines that attack the world. Arc Raiders put a focus on teamwork and creativity, and that is shown through using different tools in the battle, from grappling hooks to bring machines down and gain an advantage, to jumping pads that let you jump high and attack from different locations. The game lets you upgrade your weapons by scavenging the remaining scraps from fallen robots and crafting them to power up your tools. Arc Raiders is going to be a great game that pushes gaming boundaries to another level. Coming up next, number 7, is Warhaven, a free-to-play third-person combat action game set in a medieval fantasy world and will be released in 2023. We will be part of 16-player teams and we have to go against another team in epic battles, using swords, cannons, arrows, and even magic spells to defeat them. The game will feature a variety of different melee weapons and warriors that can be customized with different armor choices to fit the player's playstyle. Warhaven is a game that I am looking forward to, and with its stunning graphics, fast-paced combat, deep customization options, and engaging multiplayer gameplay, Warhaven is a game I'm sure that will be a hit when released in 2023. Next game, number 6, is Blue Protocol. This is an open-world free-to-play multiplayer online action RPG where you become the hero of your very own fantasy and have to go on an adventure exploring the wide and dangerous world in an immersive multiplayer experience with deep character customization and action-packed combat. You are on a quest to uncover the truth about your origins, and throughout your journey, you meet people from many worlds and make new friends with whom you share your adventure. Eventually, you'll find yourself facing a destiny that will determine the fate of the planet. The game will provide one of the greatest open-world experiences, and it's following the steps of Genshin Impact, a hugely successful game that was published last year, unless you don't like anime-like graphics in video games. Up next, number 5, is The First Descendant, a free-to-play co-op third-person shooter action RPG that let players control a group of superpowered individuals. Players have to go on a mission to fight against the bad guys and protect the planet. The game features a 4-player co-op with fast-paced gameplay and a variety of unique characters with distinct roles. In addition to the fast-paced co-op action, the game also offers a rich and immersive story, where players will uncover the secrets behind the Descendants and their powers, and discover the truth about the threats of the planet. The game features stunning graphics with a vivid and colorful world. Also, players will have to go against powerful monsters, and to be prepared they have to become stronger by obtaining equipment through clearing missions and leveling up their characters. Players can also customize their characters through skins and other elements, and can also create their own battle styles through the use of various skills, firearms, and additional effects. Moving on to the next game, number 4 is My Hero Ultra Rumble, a free-to-play anime fighting game based on My Hero Academia anime, and we will have the opportunity to select one of many characters with different skills and go in battles in teams of 3. In Ultra Rumble, players will also unlock new outfits and gear to their characters, giving them more customization options. The game's fast-paced, action-packed combat system is easy to pick up but challenging to master, and players can expect to experience intense and exciting battles every time they enter the arena. We'll be thrown into a variety of different battlefields and must use our character's skills and abilities to win matches. The game is a fighting battle royale game that focuses on co-op play and is coming very soon to PC and consoles. And before we get to the final 3 games, here are some extra bonus games. Ashfall, a third-person post-apocalyptic MMO shooter that is inspired by the Fallout series, where we play as survivals and must battle mutated creatures to restore the planet. Wayfinder, a free-to-play open-world role-playing game where players take on the role of a powerful being known as a Wayfinder, and they have to fight and survive. Goals, a sports multiplayer football game that is designed for competitive esports and will come for PC and PS5. UFL, another soccer game that will compete with FIFA and PES games. Warlander, an action-packed third-person online multiplayer game with a unique style that mixes a medieval-inspired setting, fantastical items and abilities. Sync, a fast-paced action looter-shooter game set in a post-apocalyptic world in the future, and players take on the role of a runner who have to fight against robot zombie creatures. Valorant, an FPS competitive game that was a super hit on PCs and coming to consoles this year. Speedstorm, a combat racing game that lets you control your favorite Disney character and race other players in different racing tracks. Trackmania, a fast-paced racing game that features a track editor and players can create custom tracks to race on them. And CarX Street, an open-world racing game that is coming to PC then later to consoles and features street races and open-world cities. Back to the main list, and specifically game number 3, XDefiant. A free-to-play multiplayer competitive first-person shooter that combines intense gunplay with personalized loadouts and factions, and teams have to battle for domination in the game. XDefiant revolves around factions called Defiants, and they come from different Ubisoft games. We have Wolves from Ghost Recon, Echelons from Splinter Cell, the Outcasts from this game, and Cleaners from The Division. And players can customize their Defiant characters with various traits, abilities, devices, weapons, and items, and fight using them in the battlefield. Coming up next, number 2 is Shadowlight, a fast-paced free-to-play FPS that features story-driven co-op multiplayer, as well as team-based PvP and PvE mods. It is set in a post-apocalyptic world in the year of 2028, where a super-organism took over and transformed living species into monsters, and we take control of a survival who is immune to the spreading virus. In Shadowlight, players can choose from 8 unique characters and an armory of 25 weapons that can be customized via attachments, and they have to fight to gain control and save the planet. And finally, number 1 is The Division Heartland, a free-to-play third-person action game by Ubisoft. And unlike previous games on the series, we will be going to the northwest of the United States, taking on the role of an agent from the Division universe, then embarking on a new adventure to protect the town and survive. We go against other 45 players, and we have to pass missions and survive the harsh environment. If you made it this far, tell me if you made your mind about getting a PlayStation 5. And if you're still not sure about it, check this video. I assure you that it will change your mind. And as always, stay home, stay safe, play games, and peace out.